What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. Back at our normal time until the summer. I forgot about it. We got like 2 more weeks of this. Then we got to come up with. We got to put this on the social medias. What will be a good time? Actually, I forgot about that because we got workouts till like noon. Mandarin all summer.
Oh,
yeah. So I think it'll be basically that until we can go evenings. I don't care.
Yeah.
We just do the evening. But that basically June through. So we practice in the afternoons in August. So June and July basically we'll be shifting to the night show. Gotta make sure Jaden's on par with that. Oh, I'm so glad you threw tennis in there. I'm so glad you threw tennis in there. Nobody heard you. And nobody heard you. And nobody heard you because your mic's not on. Miles over here cracks open. Miles cracks open this can of tennis balls, and he was like, "Hey, nothing smells fresher than." If you weren't paying attention, it would have been like, "Nothing smells better than the fresh balls." Like, yo, this is too early in the morning for this, dog.
Workout.
Yeah, I used to say the greatest. Somebody used to ask me like, what's one thing in the gym that you would just have to have, right? Like if you couldn't buy any other equipment, what's one thing you would buy in the gym? I say a medicine ball.
Right.
Give me a 10-pound medicine ball. I could do literally every movement in the gym, damn near with it. I could work back. I could work chest. I can work quads. All of that stuff. Explosiveness is what you really, really want. But now that I'm old, I find myself. All I do is stretch. Like I have to. I went from hating to stretch because I came up when I was learning in the dynamic warm-up phase, which is if you have an athlete, static stretching is all mental. I just want you to understand that.
Really?
For what your kid is about to do, that is nothing more than you're used to doing it, and I have to keep doing what I saw everybody else do. It is not necessary. I promise you. A dynamic warm-up is exactly what your body needs if you're going to do explosive movements. Basketball is just hard to embrace that because for years, like that football thing where everybody lines up in lines and just reach down, touch your toes for a minute, clap, do all. None of that shit works. That shit is just really all of mental exercise. To be honest with you, it's almost better for you to roll out on the football field and just start doing shit. I know nobody wants to hear that. Well, jogging, you got to warm up. But it's like stretching a rubber band as long as it can and holding it and then expecting it to pop somebody with it. Doesn't work. But I ain't doing that shit no more. Like my life is about comfort and walking, and my sciatic is really fucked up. I probably need to go see a chiropractor too. But like I get them. I now I also understand why it used to be considered unmasculine. Like when I was, why that dude got his leg crossed? Why that man always did crossing it? Nope. I know why old men crossed it. They sit down and they cross their leg, and it looks distinguished. We're stretching our hips and our sciatics.
Right.
Like I will literally sit in my chair in my house and I will cross my leg and I will sit there for 30 minutes just for the feeling when I stand up. I'm sorry. These are the things that happen when you used to do dumb shit to your body for other people's entertainment. And I'm just
healing.
Yeah, like after it's post workout. It's perfect. It's perfect post workout. Pre-workout, it makes no sense from a scientific standpoint. But I also tell people fail to realize how much mental goes into performance. So while I say that, it's kind of like when I used to say, what's the one drill you should never train? The dumbest drill you could train for when you're doing combine training? The 40. They say, what's the drill that you spend the most time on for combine training? The 40. Nobody gives a fuck what I believe. Like, no, man, shit.
Shuttle run should be valued more.
Shuttle run should be way valued more. Like, see, we got Bert and Daryl in the chat right now. If you're on the Twitter, don't know what you're doing, you need to get over here to the YouTube. We're killing, like, Bert, baby girl's going to appreciate, one day she's going to appreciate having an old man that crosses his legs. Like, this like, you got to have hip thrust. You got to have the strength there. Daryl, it is full of cigar lines. Again, when I was a child, I acted as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away my childish things. Like, the Bible has some good bars in that bitch, dog. Like, I did not understand until, like,
I was always jealous of the men who could do it. I was like, man, I did too many quad workouts.
Nah, you gotta force that. Like, sometimes what happens is they gotta force it up. You know, people miss the minute, like, or two that it takes for them to get that good foot up there. They get the foot on the knee, right? And then they gotta scooch it a little bit to the quad, and then what happens is it gets stuck there. I actually sat, like, I was in that chair. I got down into you can't. Man, bump it. I don't mean anything by this. This is just what we called it, Indian style. Mm-hmm. I guess you can't call it that. Crisscross applesauce is what it's called now. So I get down Indian style, and Kai's like, and I don't know how I got there. I think actually I do. I crossed my legs a little bit, and then I just slid out of the chair, and but then I was like, wait a minute. This might not end right. I don't know how I'm going to get up, but it feels great. And Kai's like, why are you sitting crisscross applesauce? Dad said, you'll understand one day, son. I missed it. I long for the days where I can just sit like that. For those who don't know and what foolishness you just walked into, this is Big, part of Den Media Group, presented by MFTKFoundation.com. MFTK Foundation. Man, do we have like a cheer or a clapping thing? The shout out to my tailor. Lathan. If you need a tailor, you need to go see my guy Lathan. Is Lathan, if we can pull up the MFTK website real quick. Lathan, I'm gonna show you exactly what Lathan did. It was amazing. It's amazingly simple. You too can do what Lathan did. You don't have to, but when you buy as many suits as I've bought from him, you know, doing this once every other year probably ain't the worst investment. He's going to get a good stuff. If you like my suits, that's who makes my suits. Lathan went over here to the MFTK Foundation website, and he went over there and he clicked that garnet background with the gold letters and the button. Yep, that one right there. He clicked that, click on that, and he scrolled down. He did not, now for whatever reason, did not update, but that's okay. Don't care that. He didn't say 10. Nope. He didn't say 25. He didn't say 30. He didn't say 50. He did not say 100. He did not say 250. He put custom number in that bitch. And he typed a 5, a comma, and 3 zeros. And kicked us off with our campaigning. And we also had a former teammate who donated a book bag. So we are currently at 5,036 of the $100,000 that we're trying to raise, moving toward this. I do not need one person to give this, but I do need you to do this. And if you can, please go just take the website, put it on your page, put it on your YouTubes, put it on your Facebooks, put it on all these different things with what we're trying to do in regards to the book bag drive. We're going to Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee. Actually, I messed up that order. Orlando, Tampa, Tallahassee, Jacksonville. We're doing these things. We've impacted way more than those numbers that they're talking about, but it costs money to do these things, and I'm not gonna hold you. For anybody who says tariffs are paid by the other countries, I'm not getting political. I just want to say fuck you real quick, because do you know where my backpacks came from? And why we were able to get them again? It costs for that backpack is a JanSport knockoff. For those who don't know what JanSport is, JanSport was the book bags that was like $100-something when I was coming up. But them bitches lasted. They were sturdy. And I can't get that no more for the money that I was getting it for. So it costs a little bit more money. We're still gonna probably end up doing. The goal is to have about 3,000 to 4,000 kids impacted by that number. But trust me, dog, it is not cheap at all. But we do want everybody to help as much as they can. $36 a bag. That bag kind of provides the food. It provides the book bag. It also provides, again, the food is getting a motherfucker too. Like, it's hard to get this shit, but it provides a lot of different things. So like, if you could really just partner or time, talent, treasure, volunteer, hook us up with your business. If they have a match program, I would love to be able to partner with them. Or if you know somebody who wants to donate food, donate some school supplies, donate man hours, please do not hesitate to hit us up. This thing costs a good amount of money, but as you see, we have really, really good people. And I do want to thank and I'll have a picture and stuff with me and him tomorrow, because he's supposed to be bringing me my 3 new suits. So when we do that, I'm gonna do some video shit with him and like give him the propers that he deserves, because $5,000 for, and I know his businesses are affected too, because where the fuck you think you're getting them good linens from? It's not just from China. It's like all them motherfuckers. It's like every fucking country, man. Like, I mean, if it worked, it worked, dog. I am never going to root against any president. I think that is counterproductive.
Right.
But goddamn, if it ain't fucking up my universe right now, could we have not like do that shit in August? Like, if you did that shit in August, it would be good. I don't give a fuck no more. But like right now, it kind of hurts a little bit. But on that note, while we're doing that with our tithes, and that's basically our tithes and offering segment. We will do something to where if you donate 2 book bags, I will come up with a way to get you to the tailgate for the Alabama tailgate ticket. We will give prizes. We will give something away. This is my baby. I like my nonprofit. Give to that. Close the doors. Do all that other shit. $40 can go to your pastor. $40 can go to a hoe in Sasua, or $40 can go to, or $36. So you're saving $4 to save a life. Right. So I mean, you could be unselfish. Jesus will have his money next week. That hoe will be there. You could give off 1 nut from a hoe. For a week, you can not drink Starbucks for a few days. Just bless. That's all I'm suggesting. But on that note, since that's my my sermon for the morning, let's start off our show. We start off all of our shows with a good word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Just that. I do it for the last part.
No. You motherfuckers, thank God. Go.
I'm telling you, man. I want to meet this guy. I want to know how many years of eligibility he has. He has got a gift.
Great motivational speaker.
That he
has to do.
Again, when I start my fake church, he is going to be a deacon. We're going to have a conference and he's going to lead. I say, bro, if you don't come with that energy on that prayer, I don't want it. Whatever he's praying to is getting there by fear. You motherfucker better thank God. You got to look up. People asking for the video of the prayer. It's a Samoan. It's Hawaii, right? It was Hawaii, wasn't it?
Had to be, right?
I think I'm pretty sure it was Hawaii. If you look up, like, go on TikTok or Google Hawaii football prayer or something like that, and you'll see the guy do it. That's the second version of it. We lost the first version, but the second version is so much better. Did I send it to you? I had to send it in our group chat. But that prayer, there's so much shit gets sent in our damn group chat.
Yeah, for real. Like
Yeah, that's it. No, that's a haka. Damn, there's so many links. Anyways, while he's looking for that, we got Jaden. What you got? What we got going for today, Jaden?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Let me get the elevator music.
You can hear me okay, James?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So, good morning, everybody who's tuned in to Big Games BS, Monday, May 12th. Here at Big Games BS, we bring the good, the bad, and all the BS in the sports world to your screens, to your ears, and to your eyes. Starting off with our show, first things first, have to start out with the alma mater FSU. Not too much to talk about, just a baseball score recap. Then we're going down to an ACC rival in Miami. A player got into a fatal car crash. We're going to discuss the details involved in that. Talk about the new recruiting methods used by college football coaches and get into some rivalries and the next season for college football. Transition to the NFL. We have our scheduled release week for the NFL this week. So we're going to dive into the details associated with that. Look at some player specific news as well as some infographics and list Twitter posts. Next, we'll talk about some retirements, and Jaden Daniels' mom has been going viral on the Pivot podcast, so we're going to dive into that. To finish off our show, we have our Big Games BS segment where we bring the scope of convo outside of the typical sports world, talk about Lil Wayne and his girlfriend, Spirit Airlines, and a BS or bussin' food review video. But first things first, let's talk about the Seminoles. So the Noles ended up winning the series against Cal 5-1, and you see we are still that number 2 ranking. So I don't think we're going to move any much higher to that one spot, but we're still top 3 in college baseball. Huge shout out to the guys for continuing to do their thing, continue to be the top team in college baseball. So shout out to the guys. Next.
So like they haven't started the tournament yet, right?
No, I don't think so.
So the girls are done, but the boys are still.
Yeah, I think the boys are still playing.
Okay.
But yes, the girls lost to Clemson. Did not want to put it up, but wanted to share it with you in the ACC championship. They did take the L to Clemson. I'm pretty sure the score was only like 1-2, if I'm not mistaken.
So it was a close one.
It was a close game, but our ladies did not come out with the W. Sad to say, but still great team. None of the less. So now that we're done with our FSU segment, we're going to transition and go down south to a rival for this one. But it is some sad news. So Miami linebacker Adarius Hayes was behind the wheel when his car crashed into a woman, killing her and 2 children, Jabari 10 and Charlie 4. No charges filed, investigation ongoing, and Hayes has been involved in 2 past crashes and 7 tickets per Fox. James, did you want to say something before I get into this article?
I didn't realize a lot. It's. I want to have jokes, but it's tough to have jokes with like that, man. Like that's. Yeah, just go ahead and read it. Let's read the article.
Okay, so this is on ESPN, everybody. So I'm going to be skimming through the article, read the meat and potatoes of this. So let's get it started. So Miami linebacker Darius Hayes was injured in a car crash on Saturday that killed 3 people, including 2 of the children, in his hometown of Largo, Florida, which is near the Tampa area on the west coast of Florida. So the 3 who died were in a Kia Soul. And it's sad to say that it collided with, guess what, James? The
Charger.
SRT Dodge Durango.
Oh, no.
SRT version. So, yeah, had that Hellcat engine in that Rango. and that's what collided with the Kia Soul. So the 78-year-old woman who was driving the Kia died, and the two children, Jabari and Charlie, were also killed in the crash as well. This happened around 2 p.m. on Saturday. Police said the Dodge collided with the Kia, which was making a left turn. Police said alcohol isn't believed to be a factor in the crash. Another passenger in the car was hospitalized, but it was with non-life-threatening injuries. So the Largo Police Public Information Officer Megan Santos said, quote, "This is an ongoing and active investigation, and no further information is available for release at this time." So Hayes played in 12 games for the Hurricanes as a freshman last season, mostly on special teams. He finished the season with 4 tackles and 1 interception, which he returned for 25 yards against Florida A&M on September 7th. Like I mentioned, Largo is about 20 miles east of Tampa.
Yeah, that's the young man. If a lot of people don't remember the recruiting battle, he was committed to the University of Florida for quite some time. Fuck. It's a way that I can make y'all remember who this young man was. We do nicknames and stuff like this, called him Baby Shark. Because he kind of, his eyes were like the tiger, like the little, like tiger sharks. I think tiger sharks are the one with the eyes that come to the side, right?
Oh, that's a hammer.
Hammerhead, that was it. Hammerhead, yeah, that's what it was. He looks better now with facial hair, but he looked spectrumish. But he was a really good player. Nothing happened to him. I guess he still is a guy, but he needs to be sat down. One of the things that was really striking with this, and I'm growing in this thing. I don't know what it's like to be a vet dad. Like guys, like some guys that watch the show that I love the show out because Bert helps me with all of my actually Bert is part of the reason why I'm so philanthropic. He's got grown children now. I got a lot of y'all in here. I'm coming up. I mean, I even though I do have a grown daughter, I'm not even gonna hold you. I wasn't as active in that one when her mom moved to the Pompano. And I was playing ball. No excuses. Still love him, baby girl. We talked yesterday. I'm way more active in the boys. I'm not gonna miss this go around. But I'm gonna tell you, this shit hard. And I see a lot of other people's kids. One that's being mentioned in the comments right now, and it makes me believe like if you spare this soft parenting era is sans consequence. And I think you don't have to beat your kids, even though I do believe beating is important because some need it. A hard head make a soft ass. Like you got to just, the only way they get it is if you give some correction. And as my mom said to me, I'd rather you hate me than have to deal with going to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
And I sit on my porch every night and I smoke cigars. And I don't know why the algorithm of YouTube decided to give me this on my personal one. A lot of prison shit started coming up in my shorts. And I'm not gonna hold you. It just does not seem like I'd rather be beat at home. Like and then one of my favorite comedians now is Ali Sadiq. He talks about his time in prison. And he's a cool cat. But even he had to stab somebody up.
Right.
And he talks about it like we're talking. So I'd rather beat you than you have to learn how to make a shiv and get in trouble for having something that can protect you. And that's all I'm saying, man.
Or get somewhere dangerous. A lot of single parent households, or you can't always have eyes on them. So
right. I need you to fear me more. Like I was listening to, yesterday was Mama's Day, right? And one of my favorite, now that I know it's all fictitious, it bothers me, but it's still a great song. Like the best songs are fake. Tupac's Dear Mama song. Now that I know his dad was good and alive and he knew it, It really bothers me. Because that whole bar, like I felt that shit. Don't ain't nobody tell us it was fair. No love for my daddy because the coward wasn't there. His dad was there when you got shot. Your mom hit him. Like she didn't want him around. She moved into a whole nother cross country and all this other shit when you was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he said
What, they had a divorce?
they weren't never married. It's just they were both part of the Panthers. Then she left, and then he found out. But anyways,
Wow.
the thing was, he's like, what was it? I remember running from the police. That's right. Mama catch me, put a whooping to my backside.
Yeah.
That was how we need to have it. Like, I need you more afraid of when I come that corner. So what are you saying that for, James? I'm saying that because did it say he's been in 2 accidents already, Jaden, and he has 7 tickets? Did I hear that correctly?
Yep. According to, just want to make sure I have the correct source here before I misquote anybody or anything. So, according to Fox, he's been involved in 2 past crashes and 7 tickets.
Yo,
That's wild.
yo, and then what a lot of these kids don't understand is, again, I only understand this because of training sprint mechanics. There's a reason why NASCAR, like fast cars, are built low. You want them built low because we have more control over them. Because when you accelerate, just if you think about sprinters in the 100, they all start out low, they come up high. When you think about swimmers, the sprinting and the swim, they start under that water, then eventually the body just naturally rises up as you increase speed. Same concept with a car. That's why you don't want to be herking jerking no damn SUVs like that.
Yeah.
Like, I got my baby Griselda got the Mustang. I got the V8 in that bitch. When I flex her, that bitch get a little scary. It get a little wobbly on me. And I just got to drop that bitch like it's hot. I don't go too fast. These kids get these cars, they get this money, man, it's crazy. I was talking to my mom yesterday about this. Just the shit that happens when you get old, not just crossing your legs. I was the guy who hopped on every fucking fast roller coaster when I was a kid. But now that I don't know when death is, it might be around the corner. It felt a lot further away when I was younger. I've seen Final Destination. I don't want to tempt fate. So I drive slower than I used to drive. I don't do all these different things, but these young bulls, but like the minute he got his first wreck is the minute he should have been sat down somewhere. They should have sat his ass down somewhere.
I mean, with all the regulations they're trying to put on NIL, how come there's nothing they put on, people?
They don't give a fuck about these kids. I don't know how many ways I can tell you. Even the NFL, which is the king of not giving a fuck about people, at least they have built-in things where you can go get a ride. Now, he wasn't drunk. He was stone sober, which just means he's stupid. Until he becomes smart, we got to do shit to protect him from his stupidity.
Right.
And protect the world.
That more importantly.
Because 2 people who had the entire world in front of them lost it. And a person who probably should have been able to call their own shot because they lived so damn long, how they want to go out, lost their lives because of a kid being, and I say a kid, and we could say men or whatever, but I personally think we need to go back and change this shit. Your brain don't stop. Your brain's still developing until 24. You're a fucking child.
Yeah.
But I think it was back in the day, it used to be a thing where freshmen couldn't have cars on campus. They need to go. I 100% going back to that. And the thing that I'm going to tell my son, if we're good enough, we're going to take our NIL deal. And I already know who I'm going to hire. His name is Boz. You can go to Jack's Boz. He's a driver. We are hiring fucking Boz to be our driver whenever we got to go somewhere on weekends, because you don't need to, I'm going to tell him, hey, man, sat your ass down somewhere. You don't need to go nowhere during the fucking week. You need to be getting your goddamn studies.
Right.
Get you a damn scooter, because, the funniest thing about talking to Tramel and Drake when they came back, they have these nice-ass cars. I don't even drive nowhere, coach. I take my scooter everywhere. Why the fuck are you paying for this shit? Stunt on the weekends. Like, that's all you need. We'll go get your dad, get you a cool rental car. Drive your scooter from point A to point B. Wear your little helmet. Or walk like we used to do.
I mean, they gotta be safe cars that's fancy. It doesn't. Why is it all?
Nah, them boys got old. You can tell they got both parents in their life. Which is terrible. Hey, Drake got a damn Mercedes.
Okay, see, that's what
Drake got a Mercedes, and Tramel got like a really nice BMW. They didn't go get nothing crazy. This man went and got the dope boy. The dope boy cars ain't for you, dog.
Right.
Like, stop this shit.
You run all day in football, and you still want to race when you get in your car.
Not like the crazy. That's the beautiful thing about track athletes. Hey, my guy G Gordon, one of my son's godfathers, one of the fastest men ever in New York. One of the fastest people that have ever graced this planet. He broke sub 10 without that wind aided shit that these young bulls is doing now. G don't go nowhere fast. Like, all the fast people I know are really slow. They only fast when they got to be fast.
Right.
But like, outside of that, man, nah, man, that's just, you got a whole nother level of money. Like, it reminds me of these rappers, these young rappers with that drill shit. You make all this money just to die quick. Nah, this is apologies to this family. I mean, condolences to the family that was lost. I personally believe that if this is his third accident, his numerous tickets, clearly this young man he needs I need him to get one of the racist judges. He needs to be sat in timeout. He needs to lose a little bit. The fact that he hasn't lost it, he needs to, and the problem is he makes enough money right now to be able to pay for the insurance his insurance costs are gonna go up. And I think he needs to, I ain't feeling that at all.
Speaking of hanging it up and not feeling it at all, Dan Lanning has been going viral for his recruitment strategies that are a little bit wet and wild. If you guys did not know, you will see what we are talking about right now. Going to share this video with you all. Let us know in the chat if you think Oregon football head coach Dan Lanning is out of pocket in this new recruiting era.
You got the sound on? For whatever reason, Jaden, it mutes your thing.
Oh, okay, because it was playing on my end, so I'm gonna try.
It's just like says like in the back office part, it says like your screen is muted. Like the one that you're talking on right now is up. Maybe mute yours and then unmute and see if it can let you unmute the other one.
All right, let me try it.
Damn.
Did that work?
Nah, I didn't. It's still muted. Miles is gonna try to put it up.
All right, here. So let me put it back in full screen then. And yeah, so Dan Lanning was it's so funny. I didn't even realize they had Jordan Travis highlights.
Yeah, it was
in
some
the
of
back
my
TV.
some of the people I know put that up there. Like, before we get into this, Dan isn't young. Dan is like 35, 30. Dan's not that old, to put it plainly.
He's 39.
39, okay. How old was Jim Harbaugh when he did his weird shit? All right, go ahead and play that, and we'll talk about other weird moments in recruiting history. There was a time when you couldn't be around underage men could not be around men like this without parental supervision. We need to go back to these times. But I'll say this, as weird as that looked, right? And shout out to Dan showing newly retired Noel hella love on ACC network. This isn't even by far the weirdest thing that's ever happened. Jim Harbaugh in 2016 had a sleepover at a kid's house that didn't even commit. It was just he wanted to be the first person to talk to this kid when recruiting opened up.
Yeah.
Right. So he was over there at 12:01 and just planned to just hang out like it was in his PJs. Now, Dan Lanning's 39. So Dan Lanning's in coaching years, he's young. He's weird. I joke about being old. I actually played like for real. Like, so like it wasn't like one of these bullshit ass things like what Dan did, like, you know, or even what Curbs did. Like I really hit people. That was my life. But Jim Harbaugh is 61 years old right now. 61. 2016 was 9 years ago. I'd say 39, you're still figuring it out as a grown-up. That man that man was a grandpappy at that point. That's that what's that dude from Family Guy? The old dude that talks like this with the whistle. You know, do you watch Family Guy, Jaden?
I didn't, but I know who you're talking about though.
It's the weird guy that's always trying to do the weird, which is still weird. Why he even like? Why is Seth so good at like? Did he get? Never mind. That's another show. But like these guys are just again recruiting, and this is why the all of Herbert. That's it. This is why all of the media guys get mad at me, but they don't ever like. I know they've never written down any of this shit. Do y'all not realize how weird recruiting is? It's a bunch of grown-ass men that are coveting little-ass boys that other grown-ass men write about and get other grown-ass people mad about that they not getting little-ass boys dressed in tights with their shirts off. Like, nothing about that. You would not recruit my son like that. I would say we are men. We are healthy, heterosexual males over here. You will not be taking your shirt off and your drawers around another man. Also, have you ever noticed how us subconscious fluffies, and I'm going to say that Dan is, while he's a multimillionaire, a lot of 10 times over every year. Bruh, go on and take the shirt off, dog, if you're going to be in the pool. If you ever notice a fat person, no matter what's going on, is going to always tuck their shirt in.
Oh, he takes it right before.
Oh, he does take it out? Okay, everybody say, like, he could have had that off. But if you ever notice, the fat people be so self-conscious, man, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex could be storming you and coming up to you to eat you. And your shirt is lifted up and you got to roll off the ground. They're going to tuck that shirt in first before they eat. Like, no matter what happens, fat people they're going to do that real quick. Like, man, nobody care about that right now. Brian Kelly with the hip hop music on the little spinning picture thing behind the boy. Just, come on, dog. Like, what are we doing, man? And yet, black people want to talk about humiliation rituals in Hollywood. And sitting there, the same people who be like, yeah, that's an emasculation thing that they doing like there. But then have their sons go over here with these pilgrims, these old ass pedophile age pilgrims. Have you ever looked at what a pedophile looks like in the dictionary? Or the description of a pedophile? My mom told a coach that, and it was one of the funniest, realest shits ever. She was just like, you know, but y'all think my son is the one who might kill y'all. Y'all look like the ones that's over here touching boys. And when you look at the different, like what the descriptors are, Brian Kelly looks like a dude that touches boys. And he Catholic. That's their thing. That's their jam. That's what they do. Though I saw something that was so funny. By man, I'm forgetting how to do his name. White man looks like the average angry white man, but is married to a black woman. Comedian.
Oh, fuck.
Funny.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Bill Burr puts like, just think about it like this. What company could survive as many rape allegations as a Catholic church has gotten? He's like, Starbucks. If you found out that Starbucks was just, you wouldn't say, well, it's not all baristas. It's just some baristas.
The NFL.
The NFL, it's just like any of the things that like happen. He's like, the Catholic Church is the most like the baddest, like the greatest not customer service, like PR firm ever. Like you can have billions of dollars in lawsuits. The only thing stopping these kids from getting it could be them. And they're like, nah, it's not all of them. It's not all priests. It's just some of them. Anybody else, we would have been done. But I'm not saying Brian Kelly does that, but I'm not saying I'd be shocked if Brian Kelly got caught doing that. So and remember when Brian Kelly faked his, everybody talks about Kamala, but everybody forgot that Brian Kelly faked a Creole accent when he got the an Irish dude from Boston faked the Creole accent when he took the LSU job.
That was so awful.
Moral of the story: recruiting is weird. Go ahead, Jason. Oh, speaking of recruiting, somebody did put in our comments, Mandarin University current star Brian Harris is set to commit on May 23rd, the day after our spring game. I will make sure we have ways to watch that. I won't be here, but we may end up doing like a little streaming thing of his commitment. So you know what? I know Judge Brian a little weird. Brian might do that.
They shoot a gun. That would be cool. You could do a Green Acres.
It'd have to be with his parents. But yeah, you can shoot. You just can't own guns.
Double advertising.
Yo, that would be like. But what if the kid? Well, he would have to get practice. But yeah, he could shoot. Like you could shoot a switch. That'll be perfect for Jacksonville.
Like a reveal.
Yeah, like put balloons there, like on the target. Because when I shot that switch, that bitch, boy, that thing threw it back on you, boy. Yeah, it was not. I can't own a switch, but they can. Well, if I were police, if I was a police officer, I could own one.
Damn, for what?
You just can't. Like you have to have a specialized gun permit. But they have that to be able to sell it, but they can only sell it to somebody with that.
Okay.
Because then they'll get in trouble.
Okay.
But their switch is legit switch. All these other switches are like, I'm telling you, man, these YNs are smart, dog. They just don't apply it the right way.
So this next upcoming college football season has a lot of matchups in store that we are excited to look out for, especially in the week 1 season opener. So James, this is just a list of some of the more popular season openers for college football. I'm going to read you some of these games and tell me what you think about the openers. So Texas at Ohio State, SEC versus Big Ten. Notre Dame at Miami.
I'll be at that one.
LSU at Clemson. Iowa State versus Kansas State in Dublin, Ireland. Alabama at FSU in Tallahassee. Syracuse versus Tennessee in Atlanta. TCU at UNC. Auburn at Baylor. Utah at UCLA. South Carolina versus Virginia Tech. James,
Atlanta's gonna be lit, man.
Which games are you most excited for in the 2025 season opener list right here?
Well, the Texas at Ohio State game is going to be legit. That is a hell of a game to start the season off with. Even though it does not matter who wins or loses that game, they still got their strength of schedule will help balance it out and get them into that into the 12-team playoff. Notre Dame and Miami. It's not a must win. It's not a must win for Miami. It would be even though it might feel like it, because Miami fan base is kind of split right now, especially when they play anybody with a pulse or that matters. They seem to not They tend to not nut up. But for Carson coming back, that's a fucking fucked up game to have for Carson, who's just now starting to get able to throw very well. But if Miami wins that gives them a lot of good confidence. It's gonna be hotter than Satan's pussy down in Miami during that time because it's Florida. Notre Dame won't be able to have anything to be able to mimic that. But Notre Dame is going to have a line and a style of play that's physically imposing, which Miami has not dealt with too kindly over the past few years. But if Notre Dame loses that game, Notre Dame kind of takes themselves out of the college football playoff discussion relatively early. Miami wins that. I mean, if Notre Dame wins that game, they are going to be in the driver's seat with enough hype, with all that. But I do plan on being at that game. LSU versus Clemson, Clemson gonna beat the fuck out of them. If we could beat LSU with three first round draft picks and another wide receiver that got drafted by was it Booty? I forgot his name, but something like that. That got drafted the first year, but like you had the rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels. You had BTJ, who was a Pro Bowler, and Malik Neighbors, who had over 1,000 yards as well. I believe Malik Neighbors or somebody claiming to be that commented on our TikTok, by the way. Like, I don't know if everybody understood what I was saying about Malik Neighbors in our TikTok either. But I was saying, I don't know what the fuck he complaining about. I'm about to pick him on my fantasy team. That bitch was doing numbers. But I think Clemson beats the fuck out of them. Clemson had one mock draft where they had like 5 guys taken in the first round, which is lazy. Nobody gives a fuck about Iowa. I mean, Iowa State and Kansas State. I fucks with the Alabama FSU game because reasons. Tennessee's gonna beat the fuck out of Syracuse. No, don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. I hope Virginia Tech beats South Carolina by 1,000. But those are just a couple of those games. Just Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Miami, Alabama, FSU, and Clemson, LSU, just because of name recognition. But outside of that, it's really only one of those games should be extremely. I think will be extremely entertaining, and that's Texas, Ohio State.
I'm excited to see these matchups as well. Texas, the Notre Dame and Miami, as well as FSU for sure. So to cap off our college football segment for today, we got a rivalry list that I want you to analyze and comment on, James. Boom. So I don't know where they created these rivalry names from, but they are pretty ingenuitive. So the first and the most popular rivalry in college football, according to this list, is Texas and Oklahoma. Pretty historic rivalry right there, so we'll keep going down on the ranks. Michigan and Ohio State, Texas A&M, Alabama, Auburn, Army, Navy, Miami, Notre Dame, Baylor, TCU, Notre Dame, USC, Iowa State, K-State, West Virginia, Pitt, and then we get to my favorite rivalry, Florida State. So, James, based off this list, what ranks would you change to this list?
Well, one, we need to have 2 on this list. I only see 1. Am I missing that? The FSU Miami?
Yeah, that is not on this list right here. Let me make sure to double check.
Yeah, because I only see.
Yeah, it's not on here.
So, one, Front Porch Sports is basically Big Game Boomer. This is literally verbatim his thing. Like, no, I think it's the same person. I think they just changed their name. Like, because Big Game Boomer like blew up like a couple years ago by doing these lists. And what happens with these lists, and this is why I hate like good ones, but this one isn't being truthful, right? And you do this so that you can create controversy and you get almost 500,000 views.
Whoever you leave out.
Right. So to have Catholics versus convicts as a top 10 matchup that doesn't happen but every so often is disingenuous. Like, that's not a rivalry game. The one I will put as number one that I believe everybody in America should have to go to. If you love America and you love football, this should be number one. Everybody has to go to it at least once, is the Army-Navy game.
Oh, wow.
And here's why I say it. It is the absolute worst football game you will ever watch in your life. Live TV, the shit is terrible. It is vintage football the way God created football to be made, but in today's era, it is bad. But when I tell you, going to it, the pageantry, like when you see those cadets dressed, like, I mean, they sharp. Like, they got the some of y'all too young, y'all don't know about Street Fighter, but I call it, the Army got them M. Bison uniforms on, and like the Navy got the peacoats. And bro, I'm sorry, I don't never want to be a seaman. Last time I was a seaman was probably around November, December in 1983, and then I popped out in 84. But them peacoats is fly. Like, it's like the peacoat that the dude wore in the movie that we was watching, Miles. Like Coleman Domingo, like the peacoats is just tailored, and it's just boom, like, yeah. But like, they got the guns, they got all of this other stuff, and then you see the Navy people and you see the Army people. It's it is cold. Like, one of the ones I went to, it was snowing in Philly, and they still had the tailgates. They had everything going. Bro, it is clean. You got to check it out. If you have a bucket list item for sports that you want to go check out, like, look at that right there with my man saluting. Like, that shit's just clean, dog. It make you just I wanted one. Like, I wanted to buy one from one of those guys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, it was like, I just wanted it then. But that's the game that, I haven't been in some years, but I went like I've gone to 4 of them, and it just still resonates with me. I want to go back to one. I want to like do a show from Army Navy. Might have to try to see if we can work how I can work that out. That, you know what? I'm going to go next year. Actually, no, I won't. Fuck. I don't think I'll be able to go. But anyways, we'll figure that out. I'll put that on my travel schedule. See if I can figure it out. But put up the other games though. Like FSU, the Sunshine. Here's the other problem. FSU Florida will happen because, like, in order for the game to be made to happen, it had to be voted into law. Like, they had to get the senators and the state legislation involved in it. The game is on. Like, I try to explain to people, like, we have to play the Saturday after Thanksgiving, regardless. COVID almost didn't. COVID's the only reason it didn't happen, and it still almost happened. We will play that game regardless that weekend. There is nothing else on this shit that makes that will have that same thing. Now, Notre Dame USC is a rivalry. You can't put Bedlam on there anymore because Bedlam, this is how you know it's not a real rivalry. Oklahoma State and Oklahoma are no longer in the same conference. They don't play it anymore like that. So that's bullshit. So that's not a real rivalry. It ain't real hate. Missouri, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what? The world doesn't give a fuck about Kansas, Missouri. Kansas and Missouri do, but I didn't realize this until I went to Kansas. They really care about their little football over there. Like, bitch, nobody knows who y'all are outside of this bubble. Everybody, in New Jersey, we were watching Florida State, Miami. Florida State, Florida. Tuned in. Like, them boys about to get active. Only ones that Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Florida, Florida State, Miami, Georgia, Florida, which is too far down. Like, the world, like that. If you live, living in Jacksonville, let me know how big of a rivalry that shit is. That shit real. All these other ones are just shit to do on a weekend in podunk places that nobody gives a fuck about.
What's your favorite names?
The Egg Bowl. I've never watched one. It's just always weird. It's like when I watch it when I'm coming out of my turkey coma, my leftover turkey coma. That sounds wild. Like for Cal Stanford, big game. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
The one with big game.
Come on, dog. The Tiger Bowl, because they're both tight. Man, LSU has one real rival, in my opinion, and that's Florida. And they don't give a fuck about that as much. The Palmetto Bowl might be good now because South Carolina's gotten good again. But that's not a fucking rivalry if the other team never wins.
I'm just thinking of the name. Yeah, that's right.
It's just Georgia needs to go to Atlanta every other year and beat the fuck out of somebody. It's almost racist when you think about it. Atlanta, there's no city blacker than Atlanta in America, damn near. And they need somebody to come because Georgia is Atlanta. And then other places that just hang Confederate flags. The Confederate flag needs to go in and storm the city of Atlanta, beat the fuck out of the black people, and then go back to where they used to be at. I hope people know that's kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke. I don't really give a fuck if you're racist or not at this point, as long as you don't fuck with me.
I think Catholic and Convicts is my favorite.
It's the favorite. Backyard Brawl is a good name.
Ooh.
And that used to mean something. But it doesn't mean anything anymore because neither team is good. The Iron Bowl. Catholics versus convicts, you only like it because of the racist implications.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that you can't get away with that type of stuff.
But you know what they should call pedophiles versus the killers?
You guys go.
That's what they should call it. That's what they should call it. Like, I mean, like, nobody would go, oh my God, why would you say that about us? Why would you call Miami the convicts?
Yeah, that was completely wrong to do.
But I'm just saying, like, that's classy. That's classy. But if we say pedophiles versus the killers, well, wait a minute.
They're both wrong.
Both wrong.
But one's already there, so we don't need
to. Yeah, that's fine.
The children.
Battle of the Bear. Man, they just be making up shit.
Really?
Battle of the Brazos? What's the one for Baylor, Texas A&M? Isn't that the porn site?
That's Brazzers.
Oh, I mean, listen, hey, no judgment here, man. App State versus Georgia Southern, deeper than that's what they need to call Florida State. Bump the Sunshine State rivalry, trying to be all cute. It's bigger than hate.
Yeah, I like those ones.
Deeper than hate. Like that, I don't want to see you be successful at anything in life. Like, I couldn't just imagine. I don't know enough about App State and Georgia Southern to know if they don't like each other enough like that.
Iowa and what's that? Kent State got a Farmageddon.
Kent State?
Farmageddon.
Who is the rival? Kent State ain't won a game in years. They just get the fuck out of here. Why is that on here?
They're Farmageddon for the name.
Washington versus Washington State. I get that one. You give me the state schools, I'll give you that. The Battle of I-4 should be on here. You see it? You see it's on here? Okay, all right, there we go. Because they're ass. Both teams have been ass for most of their existence. Friends of man, hold up, man. I think 41 is bullshit, and I can find out. I refuse to believe this. And we'll move on after I find this out. This has got to be. So did Marshall and West Virginia, do y'all have a name for your rivalry, or is it just Marshall versus?
It's the dumbest name you ever heard in your life.
Please tell me it's not what I'm reading.
It's the Friends of Cold name. It's the softest name. Like, I'm happy I never played in it. The name is so soft.
So wait a minute, you didn't play in it?
No, West Virginia had no reason to play us. So that they played in '97, and Randy Moss went off, and they almost lost. But like West Virginia owns the state, so if they beat us, they're supposed to beat us, and if they lose to us, they lose the state. There's no reason to play. So Senator Manchin, who's in Congress right now, was the governor. He was running for governor, and he actually ran on Marshall in West Virginia. This is one of his top priorities, will play. And so the first time they played since '97 was the year after I graduated. And they named it the Friends of Coal game. It's the dumbest shit ever.
All right. Damn. I wish you would. At least you didn't play in that bullshit.
To talk about.
Like, at least I was, because that's what I was saying. I'm like, there's no fucking. I was like, I know. I said, you know what? I'm gonna find out. They're not finna lie on my dog's alma mater like this.
No, Marshall didn't create it. West Virginia, as much as I hate West Virginia, they didn't create it. But it's the worst thing. Like, Steel's big there, too. You could have called it the Steel Bowl. You could have called it We Hate You. For some reason, dumbasses burn couches after wins bowl. You could have named it anything. But no, Friends of Coals, man, that's bad. It's awful. I'm embarrassed to even talk about it.
All right, man. I'll let you later. Damn it. Shit. I hate when dumb shit gets confirmed. At least he is honest about it. It's the softest shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm actually embarrassed. God damn. Man. Friends of wildlife, friends of animals. Like, what is it? It's just terrible.
Friends of Coal.
Yeah.
It's not even, it's inanimate object.
Like, what were you like? Just holding hands and circling and doing like a little circle dance around fucking coal. Oh, God, this is crazy.
Yeah, this list was very controversial. Some of the best rivalries, in my opinion, definitely I could give you the Texas, Oklahoma, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn. I feel like is one of them ones, and obviously the Florida teams as well.
If you don't play every year, I don't think you should be on this list.
Right.
Unless it's like maybe it's like a presidential bowl or some shit. Like you play every 4 years. But we know it's gonna be some bullshit when them 4 years come. What was it? One more thing I was trying to think of. Damn, I forgot about what I was about to say. But like, if Oklahoma and Oklahoma State played each other every year still, I would really like that one. I actually like what the coach said. Since they don't play it, let them play that for a spring game. But it's called Bedlam. Like, Bedlam in of itself means anarchy. Yeah, that's a crazy word. I love that shit. But even though furniture ain't moving like that, but like just it's like, I don't know. Yeah. Georgia Tech was good this year, though.
Yeah. Definitely was good this year. And good news for the NFL world, for the NFL fans. This part of the show is where we transition to our NFL news segment. So, guys.
Real quick. This list whiter than a motherfucker. The Florida Classic should be on there. Grambling Southern should be on there. There were no HBCU ones on there. And again, just like I believe, all my whites now, listen, I'm telling you, if you need I got you FAMU homecoming. I think, because FAMU homecoming is the middle of October this year. If you have never been to an HBCU homecoming or an HBCU game, don't believe that bullshit you be seeing on Twitter, dog. You'll be safe. You will never feel more involved. One thing to our detriment, and has been portrayed in a movie, I guess, one thing black people going to do is invite you to a goddamn cookout or a party. They're going to make sure you fed. If they see you partaking in the culture, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Especially if you find a fat lady with the elbow flap. That's where the recipes is at. That she going to take care of you. She going to bring your child to her bosom. And then, come here, baby. If you hear that baby with a couple extra A's in it, you're going to be fine. Like, just get you some shrimps. Let your kids get diabetes by drinking that sweet-ass lemonade and juice, and go listen to some amazing music. You did not know that a trombone can do what it fucking does. You have never heard a tuba sound the way that, and you've never seen people gyrate the way you've seen people gyrate. The only difference is your kid might want to get some chocolate. But outside of that, man, go check out those. That was terrible. We need to do a HBCU list ourselves. My bad, Jay. That was a good pick up there, Bert. That's terrible.
Yeah, the classic definitely should have been on this list. I know it's better than a lot of these names. Sorry, who were you talking to Coach Toby on the phone?
Yeah, I was talking to Herb. Yeah,
Oh,
Herb
Herb.
would say the same thing. Toby would say the same thing.
Okay.
Toby like, man, fuck that rivalry. Send me to the classics.
Right.
And he says it the way it's supposed to be said. The classics. Not the fucking classic. It's the classics. Like,
Extra S. But yeah, I definitely think the classic is better than the friendly Coal Bowl. So that's some it's
ridiculous.
Scary out here. Very scary. But the NFL schedule release week is here, y'all. So teams are going to be releasing their schedules throughout the week. So let's get into some topics of discussion with the NFL. So the NFL's broadcast partners will announce select games on the following days. Today, NBC and Fox Prime Video. Tomorrow, ESPN. Wednesday, CBS Mornings. And Wednesday for Netflix as well. So the full schedule release will release on 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And then the NFL will also announce its international games on Tuesday on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network. So those international games include 2 regular season games in London at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium featuring the Jets and Browns, 1 game in Berlin with the Colts, 1 game in Madrid in the Bernabeu where Real Madrid plays featuring the Dolphins. And then they're playing their first ever NFL game in Dublin, Ireland at Croke Park with the Steelers, 1 game in Brazil with the Chargers. And then the Jags will also return to Wembley Stadium in London to operate a home game as part of their multi-year commitment to playing a game in the UK. So next thing we have to discuss is the Eagles.
So it's at 8 p.m. on Wednesday?
Yes, I just want to reiterate that the NFL schedule release week is upon us, and the full schedule release will be on 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday.
All right.
So to kick off this NFL season, you got the Eagles versus the Cowboys. So this is going to be on Thursday, September 4th, 8:20 p.m. Eastern. The banner is finna fall in Philly. Gonna reveal the Super Bowl banner, and Gerald is going to be pissed.
I wonder if I want to go to that one.
That might be a good game, James. Might be a good season opener. Definitely think it'll be a great game to watch.
Just like to play, just when you know people, he might not be there for much longer. Who knows? Got to get there. Got to use your contacts while you got them, right? But I want to get on the sideline.
That would be hard. That would be hard if you did get on the sideline.
Because he wasn't there for when he didn't go to the NFC Championship. He came home, but now his son's graduated. Like he may be at all the games. Might have to hit up my dog.
Jags fans, here we are. So although we do not have the full schedule, we do have a list of the home and away games this NFL season. So let's get into the details. At home, we're playing Kansas City, the Chargers, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Jets, Panthers, shout out to Sheena, Houston, Indianapolis, and Tennessee. We are playing these games away. Tennessee, the Colts, Houston, since those are our division rivals, Cardinals, Bengals, Niners, Raiders, and Broncos. So, James, how are we looking with the home and away games this upcoming season?
I know we're not being KC. We'll split the division. I don't fear the Seahawks. Don't fear the Jets. Not beating the Rams. For whatever reason, we'd be whooping the Chargers' ass. So I'll just say the home game is easier typically. Like we'll win. We're gonna drop 2 at home. I'll just say we drop 2 at home. I'll say 3 just to use the division games. We beating the midget in Arizona. We beating the Raiders. And so I think we're at 500 ball club. Just off of that, it just depends on when everything falls. Like what I need us to play San Francisco the same week that FSU plays Stanford. So I could just I can go to that game, go to both of those games. But I'm ready for them to line that up. Then I can start lining up my fall, and we can start putting out a content thing. And then what we'll do is, you know what? I'm gonna hit up Sarge. Let me see if we can set this up. Wednesday at 8, right?
Yep.
See if we can get y'all some extra content. Cause I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Like I did tell them we're gonna do this. We're gonna do. We may do our AFC South show after the schedule review. For the tailgate, you coming to when y'all play us here?
No. You know I do a show called the Texas Tailgate Talk, man. I get on the back of my truck, the tailgate of my truck, and then I do Texan stuff too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I was talking about what you want to do on Wednesday when the schedule release come out. If you want to do a show.
What's Wednesday? Yeah, I'm down. What's up?
All right, they released it at 8, so we could probably try to do something. Well, 7 your time.
We gonna do the whole schedule, or you just doing like the AFC South?
We just do the AFC South, like the way it looked with the AFC South. We can just talk about that.
I'm down.
All right, cool. We'll do something like 8 p.m. your time, 9 p.m. my time.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Yep.
All right,
there we go. Just got some content, more content. We'll talk about the NFL schedule on Wednesday. But yeah, I think, if the Jazz go 9-8, you know what's crazy? They'll probably make the playoffs.
We're going to circulate back to that topic, James, of playoffs in the AFC South. But before we get to that, let's discuss some heartfelt news about Travis Hunter. So Hunter has been killing the media lately. Shador needs to take notes from Hunter's playbook because Hunter has rebounded from the girlfriend situation to the critically acclaimed number 2 overall pick in the draft. So let's look at this Facebook post by Sandy Hawkins Combs. Quote, I had the most wonderful flight from Denver. I met the nicest young man who sat next to me. He offered to put my bag in the overhead compartment and help me with my tray. He was always polite, saying yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am. Anyone would be proud to have him as a son or grandson. So polite. People walking by were saying, congratulations, great job, or even taking pictures. I turned and asked him, who am I sitting next to? I looked at his Jaguar pants and smiled and asked, are you an athlete? He smiled and said, yes, I'm Travis. Yes, I was drafted by the Jags. I already told my sons I want his jersey. He's so humble and down to earth. I would have never guessed he is a professional athlete. Jacksonville Jags, you did good. I will be buying tickets. United Airlines, thank you for my seat assignment.
First off, he didn't give a. I had the most wonderful flight home back to Denver the other day. I sat next to this gorgeous and just amazing young man. He offered to put my bag up in the overhead compartment, and it just warmed my heart. And then all of these people just kept saying hi and congratulations, and I said, sweetheart, who are you? Are you some kind of celebrity or something, sweetheart? Are you one of those rappers or you're an athlete? Yes, ma'am. I'm a Travis Hunter. I just happened to get drafted by the Jaguars. I'm just a little guy, and everything. And I called my baby and said, baby, I just sat next to some little Negro boy named Travis from out of Jacksonville. Have you ever heard of him? And they like, grandmama, big mama, that's right. You got, hey, baby, don't make it a big deal. Get me one of them them t-shirts that them boys put on with the football games. I want to wear one of them for him. Like, it's just, it was, I'm not even going to hate. I know it was genuine because everything about Travis is genuine. And we didn't hate him. We hate his girlfriend. Fuck that bitch. Like, still, we hate him because we like him. I want him to have that pure joy that I just see. Like, did you see the pictures that my dog Travis, who y'all gotta watch the Duval Dive, guys. He does a really good job on the channel. Dog, did you see what Travis posted with the picture? That man was just a cheap. Like, I'm like, man, boy, you look so. He looked like Coming to America. I am so happy to be here. I told Travis, man, it looked like the bathroom scene from Coming to America when the guy said, I was just like, that's what's happening to You can't fool me, Travis. I know what you've been doing. I know exactly what you've been. He is studying Eddie Murphy from Coming to America, and he studied the bathroom scene. You keep up the humility and you don't let anybody know that you're Prince Akeem from Zamunda. So you're just sitting here like, oh my goodness, it is you, Travis Hunter from Colorado. Oh my goodness, I got to take a picture with you. And then people come up like, is this how, and that old black lady's like, is this how everybody treats you? Like, he's like, this is the greatest moment I have ever had in my life. It's like, do you know this man? Nope, just some man I met in the bathroom. That's what Travis is like. Just some man I made happy coming out of the bed. He's so green that the stuff that he's saying, you got to believe him. But like, it might be an act, but it's a really good act. And I hope he continues to act that way. I love it.
Shout out to Travis Hunter. Excited to see what he's going to do in that teal uniform. And I don't know if you saw his his press conference, his introductory press conference, but he tried to shake the hand of TK Waters, and then he moved his hand real fast and gave him a fake high five, but high-fived him after. But all jokes. That's when I knew Travis was a real one, though, when I saw that. That's what I knew.
Hold on. That, Angelo, put up Angelo's comment. Like, so when he said, do you want me to renounce my throne? That's what he's going to, his girlfriend going to make him do some stupid shit. Like, you're just Travis Hunter to Jacksonville, and all you want to do is be this. He's like, do you want me to renounce my throne? Do you want me to renounce my throne? I renounce my throne. And then after that, the old black lady, if you're a prince, I'll marry you. And I believe that was the grandmama from Family Matters. No, it wasn't. It was just a lady that hold on, I can't. Hold on. Oh, man, I got to take this off. I got the seed. I'm going to send it to you so if you make this as a reel, like we can put. That's a great call, Angelo. Like, that's that old lady on the airplane says, if you're a prince, I'll marry you. Like, shout out to Travis, man. The city, we needed a win. We could lose, and you're the win. Oh, man, you can do no wrong. Like, actually, you know who's the most happy about Travis right now? It's Trevor. Trevor Lawrence loves, because no matter what happens, we don't give a fuck about Trevor anymore.
Right.
And if he's good or not, as long as Trevor can throw 5 interceptions, don't throw him up there. Just put Travis there and have Travis smiling, and then we'll be, there's this guy. There, look at Travis. Oh, get the fuck here. Yeah, we can't be mad anymore. Travis is smiling.
It's almost at the point Trevor better not get these guys, him or BTJ.
Oh, ooh.
Or BTJ.
Boy.
Yeah.
Because Trevor will throw somebody in the infirmary now. They over here getting mad at me in the comments like Trevor don't throw. Like Trevor don't be throwing the football like hand grenades and Nam. Just like, you get Travis hurt, they're gonna have pitchforks. They're gonna be at your house in Ponte Vedra getting rid of you, the baby, and your wife if you get Travis hurt. Oh man, we can have a Travis Hunter section. That's what again. It just shows we love Travis. We just don't like any other people. Well, we like Shadur. Get me Travis and Shiloh. Excuse me. Get me Travis and Shiloh, and everything will be all right with the world.
Headache Gang is coming to Jacksonville, hopefully. Shout out to Shiloh Sanders. Only in Tampa, so only 3-hour drive. So may see that work. But James, I wanted to come back to this topic because we mentioned the playoffs with the Jags. They're in the AFC South Division, if anyone did not know or wasn't familiar with that. So they have the odds to win the AFC South in 2025. So let's get into the numbers, James, to see what bet you would place if you were a betting man. So, per the 33rd team via FanDuel, these are the odds to win the AFC South this upcoming season. The Texans have the lowest odds with plus 120, meaning that they are the favorites to win the division. Next are the Jags in second place with plus 280, but the Colts are not too far behind the Jag with plus 290, and the Titans, man, plus 750. So that is a definite sign that they have no intentions to win that division. But James, what do you think about these odds, and who would you take if you decided to make your money move?
The Texans are the best team in the conference right now. I mean, the division. Excuse me, not the conference, in the division. So I would bet I would give them the benefit of the doubt because they did it 2 years in a row. Their wide receiver room is decent, but they have the better quarterback play at this juncture. I have to see more of what that defense does with the Jaguars. So but I do believe they're the second best team in the division. While this is an Anthony Richardson fan account, we love Anthony Richardson. I love the truth more. There's no way I'm putting anybody with the Anthony Richardson led team in front of anybody. Camera a little blurry. So I would actually argue that the Titans and the Colts need to have the same odds. So I don't understand why you're giving the Titans so low. I mean, I get where they drafted. I get all of these other things, but I mean, come on. The Colts stink. But I think it's about right where it's at. But if it's 280, I don't mind dropping. What would $100 give me if I put 280 down? Is that $100 give me $280?
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, if you put $100, you'll technically cash out $380. So you'll make that plus 280 in profit. Same thing with the Texans. So if you put $100, you'll cash out at $220, making that 120 in profit as well. So
I just don't want. I need him. I want the black coach to. I'm just sorry. I'm rude for everybody black. So I want the black coach to be well, but I need. I just feel like if I bet on the Texans, when I go and do like the post game interviews and I go do the press conference stuff, that eye is going to be looking at me from our coach, and I'm afraid of his eyes. His eyes are still crazy. Something weird about him. Like, I don't know. Camera's still doing. Is that me or my glasses blurry, or is that the camera? Okay, yeah, I got you.
So, wrapping up our talk with the Jags is make a perfect transition. Okay, the camera's looking better now. Gonna transition into some player talk, and we're going to Demetrius Knight staying in the AFC. So the Bengals' second-round linebacker Demetrius Knight II is not participating in drills because Cincinnati's rookie waiver, unlike those of the other 31 teams, does not fully protect players. So all NFL teams use waivers to protect unsigned rookies before contracts. But Cincinnati's waiver only covers, quote, disabling injuries, according to league sources familiar with the language. Sources say Knight and other non-participating Cincinnati rookies are not holding out for money, but for complete protection, and are aiming to change the waiver language for future Bengals draft picks. Is this a solid move by night, James, or is this a bad first impression if you're the Bengals choosing this guy with your second round pick?
Well, I mean, it's not just him; it's everybody. That's showing like team unity and shit. But like the bigger question in all of this is why are the Bengals the only team doing this? Like that's and I get where they're coming from, where he's coming from. Like, disabling injury would be like you tore your ACL. Like you have something that puts you on it from a business perspective. Like, so like if you tweak your groin or your hamstring, believe it or not, you have a season-long injury, but it's cuttable if you can't recover. So, but if they sign you to a contract and you're hurt, they can't just get rid of you. They have to move you to like IR or PUP and they have to pay you while you're still there rehabbing. So this is just all business moves by the Bengals, which I think is business, but you can also say you can realistically say shit is fucked up,
Shamar Stewart recently. We talked about him
Yeah,
recently
damn. So
on the
like basically
Bengals.
all of them motherfuckers say, but Shamar Stewart's is purely for money.
Yes.
But his contract is fully guaranteed regardless. But I think Shamar is trying to figure out what that fully guaranteed number will be. Because if he's hurt, he loses his ability to negotiate what that number is. But like it's supposed to be slated and it's supposed to be a percentage of what the pick before you was. But like he can probably make it to where it's higher than what, he probably wanted, or they'll negotiate some other contract language into it. Yeah, the business side, from the business side, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, like Shamar Stewart's reason is because that's how like Dante Fowler blew his ACL in rookie minicamp. It was the first. It's crazy because 10 years ago to this day, around this time is when it happened. Me and Denny's first year on radio. Because I remember the dumbass argument that was had. And I love Brent Martineau to death, but Brent was on radio before us and he said, the injury doesn't matter because the Jaguars are deep at defensive end. And I said, you're telling me that the injury of the third overall fucking pick, when we like, does it fucking matter? We could have drafted, because I wanted Amari Cooper that year. And I'm like, we needed a wide receiver. I'm like, you drafted, and I actually said, from previous, our defense sacks wasn't our big issue. Catching the fucking ball was the issue. And we went and got Dante Fowler, and I'm like, man, he did some dumb shit. And then he got hurt like getting blocked by an undrafted free agent left tackle. It wasn't even a great block. I was like, that just wasn't a good sign. That's when I was just like, but even him, he didn't have the production at the University of Florida that warrant him being there. He ran a fast 40. And they dicks got hard. And they said, we can go over here and we can teach him how to do this shit. And that just never works.
Yes, the Bengals are having a lot of news coming out from, like you said, James, with the Shamar Stewarts, with player we just talked about as well. So I'm excited to see how they can rebound from that as well. And are they going to pay their defensive star Hendrickson? Because he is still in that world and played a very important role in that Bengals team. So a lot of controversy in Cincinnati for sure. But we going down south to the NFC for this one right here, because we got some retirement news to talk about. Derek Carr has officially retired after 11 seasons in the NFL. And Barry on here had this funny quote tweet I wanted to share with you all. One of the strangest, careers ever. He's either the worst good quarterback ever or the best bad quarterback ever. And I can't decide which. Guarantee he'll have a TV gig for the next couple of decades. So before we get into your thoughts, James, I want to share two more things with the fans. This is his statement, his retirement announcement statement. Quote, Upon reflection of prayer and in discussion with Heather, I've decided to retire from the NFL. For more than 11 years, we have been incredibly blessed, and we are forever grateful and humbled by this experience. It's difficult to find the right words to express our thanks to all the teammates, coaches, management, ownership, team officials, and especially the fans who made this journey so special. Your unwavering support has meant the world to us, which now leaves me to pose you with this question, James. Does the Saints have the worst quarterback room in the NFL history? I'm not going to go that far, but in the NFL right now, based off these players, it's looking like it is. It might be ever
History-
as well.
I mean, history ain't that far off, man. I'm going to speak freely here because a lot of times people confuse me telling the truth or my version of the truth as hatred. So, and I want to make sure that people know if I'm a hater, I'm an equal opportunity hater. As a guy who got a paycheck from this franchise, I want to unequivocally say, fuck Derek Carr. Derek Carr made a decision, and to be honest with you, fuck him still. But if the Saints dumbasses hedge their future upon this man being healthy to play this season, or they're hedging their bets to get Arch Manning in next year's draft, fuck all of y'all with Magic's dick. Because that's just not fair to the other people on your franchise's roster who are going to lose a year because of your sheer incompetence. Now, I'm not suggesting you should have drafted Shedeur Sanders in the first round. I'm not suggesting you should have drafted him in the second round. But for the fact that you picked up that motherfucker from Louisville and before all the other quarterbacks that were available that have shown competence, that have actually played in big games, shows that you have absolutely no desire to win this year. Derek Carr could have made this decision 2 weeks ago or however long ago the draft was. At least gave them a heads up and said, you know what, bro, I don't see it happening, dog. I'm going to try to give you everything I got, but I just don't see it happening. Or if they talk to his doctors and then all of a sudden, this is why I hate when people say, oh, I spoke to the Lord and I prayed. No, you talk to yourself and yourself said, agent, get me the best deal I could get out of here. And the reason why I say that is because if you saw what the Saints have allowed him to do, they gave him his $15 million for his fee for what do you call it? Because he was on the roster. So they didn't ask him they didn't get paid back, and they're not asking him to pay back any of his signing bonus. They're not going after it. He basically got paid for this year. And he's probably, like they said, he's going to walk into a TV gig that's going to probably pay him close to the $15 million roster bonus that he got. And he's not going to have to get hit on top of when you do these things. You get paid a travel stipend. You ain't flying United like Travis. Shout out to him meeting the old lady. But you're gonna be flying private. You're gonna be flying Delta Comfort, like the Delta First Class, which is amazing. Like, bro, like this is so. What you just did was for the Saints. It was incompetent, and your incompetence is going to be used to push a narrative that, quite frankly, all of us are tired of fucking hearing at this point. Because you look dumb. And sometimes it's not racism as much as it's stupidity. And this is clearly stupidity. They deserve all the bad things that are about to happen to them this season. Unless God shows up and just says, hey, but you've gone through so much bad shit. You could have just kept Jameis. And you would at least have that's the truth. You never gave him a fucking chance. You put in a gadget player that you paid good money to. And they don't have a worse room than Cleveland because regardless of what we believe about the nut ass freak bull, he's actually competent. He just can't stay healthy. This is awful, man. Like, I would be so mad if I was a veteran playing for you guys right now. And all of them, one thing, Carr is Swahili. Carr with 2 R's is Swahili for white quarterback that steals money. Because his brother was a thief too.
Yeah, I can't believe he fleeced the organization like that, James. Never heard of anything like that, but you get away with certain things. So, man, I mean, I guess we will see if he ends up getting that TV career deal in the future. But we are going to transition into a video which will bring us into our Big Games BS segment. So, Miles, can you pull up the Jaden Daniels mom pivot interview clip I put in the email? So it's around 3 to 4 minutes, so we don't have to watch the whole thing, but this is the specific section of the video that's been circulating online. So I just wanted to have some parity with us and the fans. So while Miles pulls this up, Jaden Daniels' mother, was asked by Ryan Clark about the details, the news, the controversy surrounding her influence on Jaden in regards to dating and being a quote unquote helicopter parent. So enjoy this clip.
Hold on, before we play it, now it makes sense. I only saw the picture of Ryan Clark with the sexy the sexy pivot shirt on. Now I know why he got the sexy pivot. Right, RC. You can't fool me, RC. You was coming with the chest out a little bit,
Right.
showing the muscles like you did a couple push-ups. RC was coming to play stepdaddy. That's what RC was. Let's see if it's let's see if RC's voice is a little airy and a little more sensual. We know what we know what was going down. Man, listen. He in media. They said no audio. All right, we're trying to get this.
Yeah, let me see. I still can't hear it, James.
No, it's not playing.
I'll try sharing it from my computer again to see if it can work. Let me try it one more time. Just gonna remove this, add this, and let me see. Were you able to hear it, James? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not
No,
too.
still not playing mine. Oh, that's tough. She what she's man. I want to hear what she talked about having a daughter. Like, I know y'all can hear. All right. Basically, what she's stating is that she has a great relationship with her children, and Jaden essentially vets women to his mom, and now she's everywhere because she's also like part of his team, his agent, all these other different things. And she has a daughter, um, and she just doesn't trust people. And I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a conversation that needs to be had more. It's starting to be had more. People just don't want to hear it, right? They brand it as red pill talk. Definitely could have used a better angle. She's a much more attractive woman than what that shows. Probably could have stood up to. But anytime, so when I retweeted this and I'm like, why does she, like I just Uno reversed the statement that gets said a lot. Why do I have to protect my sons from women when you could just raise women to be better women, your daughters to be better women? A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people didn't like that. But you know who says that all the time? Women. Why can't we raise our men? Why can't we raise our boys to not be predators? Why can't we spend more time doing this with men? Why can't we spend more time doing that? And the reality is, what I try to say on this show and what I try to tell people is nobody owns a monopoly on ain't shit. If anything, women are just as much ain't shit as men. And if we all sat down at the table and we really had honest conversations, we would probably be talking about how we're all talking about a small percentage of of the people that we encounter. Was that, I don't know if people can hear that or not. Oh, but she's right. There are predators. We see it every day, but people cheer this shit. Was it Benice Burgos? Was that her name? Who's the one who got the boyfriend? The baby daddy's the same age as her son.
That's Dre and Michelle.
My bad, Dre. One of them old hoes. Like, she's my age. Come on, dog. Like, you're a predator. And women say, oh, well, the older men don't want to act right, so she got to go get. No, that's wrong. In all of these different things, like, you know, what Tracy Ellis Ross came and said. If Shannon Sharp said the exact same thing that Tracy Ellis Ross said. So if Tracy Ellis Ross, that's right, girlfriend, sister girl. And well, you know, Shannon got other issues, but like, you know, it's the same thing. It's predatorial. And you know who should be protecting them? The mama. Now, here's the wild part. Now, the mama go out there and she get her back broken in by a 25-year-old, and she's just a fucked up individual. And we just don't know that. But for her to be able to protect the investment that she made into her son from ages 1 all the way up into here is smart parenting. It's also cock blocking. And that's what moms do. I'm sorry. That's what a dad should do. I'm sorry if you come up and I'm around my daughter and you an old ass motherfucker, or I'm cock blocking too. That way, if you can smooth me, then that means you've done your job. You courted her, as the old people used to say. Same thing with my sons. I may be like, I don't know if you have ever seen this guy. He does like the different reels with talking to his dad. He's like, "Hi, father. I'm with my girlfriend and she's doing that. Oh, your daddy sounds sexy. Put that freak on the phone, son." But father, I said, son, this is beyond you. Put that freak on the phone with me. You don't know what you're doing here. That might be my job as a dad, to protect my son from the hoes. My son's from the hoes. Because your girls is getting better. Y'all are definitely, regardless, your life right now. And again, y'all don't like hearing this shit from strong men. I'm not trying to be Corey Holcomb or anything like that, because I don't believe in some of the shit he says is funny, but I think he was too harsh. But y'all are preparing. The only thing you're preparing your daughters to do is be better hoes. And it makes me have to, as a father, put my sons in a defensive position. Because We're not going to be paying your. We do not get extra liabilities. And for some reason, people have made it to where all you have to do is be pretty, and you are valuable, or you have to have a vagina and you're valuable, and that just does not work over here in this household. You got to bring something to the table. And I think there's nothing wrong with his mom doing that. And she brought in, if your daughter's a WNBA star, she shouldn't just be getting some loser. You know, a lot of y'all like Jodi's. You say you want the right man, but you are housing homeless sexuals. That's the part that bothers me too. Your standards are never what you date. So if your daughter is saying she wants these things and she's valuable, she's an elite, she shouldn't be with a Jody unless she really loves that Jody. But I mean, she's still gonna get these jokes because that's what social media is for. And I still think if she was getting her back broken, she probably wouldn't have enough time to entertain a lot of this shit. But that's probably for Jaden's safety that she is not getting her back broken right now. She's making a sacrifice for her rich son.
So the next couple of topics we have in our Big Games BS segments are videos, James. So I don't know if this audio situation, how we could get it to work, but we can try and see if we can get some type of audio out of this next topic. So we are in our Big Games BS segment where our topic of conversation is outside of the typical sports jargon. So the first video we have is of Lil Wayne's now ex-girlfriend saying that Lil Wayne kicked her and her daughter out of his house on Mother's Day. So we can pull this video up and please let us know in the chat.
Just put her picture and then I'll play
okay, perfect.
I'll
perfect.
do the
Perfect.
All right. Her name is Denise Bade.
It looks like Denise Badot, something like that.
In the squirt water in your booty. Well, Lil Wayne, a nut ass freak bull.
Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today. And I am just recovering from surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full mommy maker. I can't even lift boxes, but this man has his assistants and people coming to help kick us out today. Like,
that was nice of him.
And broke up with me on Mother's Day through text. And her birthday's next weekend. Nice. And I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. Like, when I tell you that I am absolutely unsure on how to even process my emotions, like, if y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them because, you know, so, yeah, I know he has 2 girls being flown in today, and who knows how many plethora of girls he has. I've been nothing but supportive to this man, loved him till the end of the fucking world, but, like, you literally flew me, uprooted me from New York City where I was living, and brought me here for this bullshit. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Like, these men really be taking advantage. And it's not just the emotional abuse. Like, this man has actually laid a fucking hand on me. Like, nah. And I took it, you know what's crazy is they always say, like, we're so stupid for love, and I thought it was, like, a mistake. But, like, I know other women he's put his hands on. And today, it's okay. We're about to go back to the house that we live in together with my fucking daughter, and we're going to see what really goes down because this is absolutely crazy and a new low even for him.
Show the other picture, Moss. That's what we should have shown. We showed the wrong picture. I now get what she said. She got a mommy makeover. Click the top right. Oh, Jaden, my bad. Click the top right. Show the picture of them two together. Mia gonna sell. No matter what. Mia gonna sell in America no matter what. But here's my thing. We don't care. We don't care. Like, we do not care. You are in a grown, like this is why I say, like, you're raising your daughters to be the next generation. Like, cause this is her daughter is there on the video, like co-signing with it, thinking that this is okay. Like, nothing that you said, like, made me believe that you're capable of this, like capable of being an adult. Like, you mean it? I don't know how long you were there for, because I didn't even know this was Lil Wayne's old lady. I didn't even think this. One, Lil Wayne is what, 5'4", 115 pounds. Ma'am, kick this man. Like, he is a heroin addict, well, a lean addict, opioid. You allowed him to move you from New York City to Wayne live in Miami now, right?
He live wherever the drugs are, so
Fair enough. Like, you moved in with a rapper. I don't get it, man. I don't know what she's looking for. They weren't married. You weren't the financee.
She's a plus size model. That's her occupation. If you look up on Google, it says she's a plus size model, and that's why she mentioned the Sports Illustrated. And on her Instagram, you see what she was mentioning with the Sports Illustrated.
But like, she's plus size, right? Are there anything like it? Just
hardly.
And she's 5'9" compared to Lil Wayne's 5'4".
She outweighs, and how is she wins. She has the reach. This was boxing. She has everything on the card. Like, she's plus 120 on this fight.
Minus 120.
Minus one. You're right. Lil Wayne. I should say Lil Wayne's plus one. Yeah, she's minus one. Like, this would be like a girl like me. Like, if she told me that Papoose was beating her, I just wouldn't believe her.
Yeah, she did throw in that physical.
Yeah, like, either her face has had a lot of plastic surgery, or it looked. They don't do the crying no more. They don't do because they know it's enough hoes that garner sympathy for them. Like, it used to be like believable.
Yeah.
Like, if she'd have thrown a tear in there, like, I would have been like, damn, maybe he really did heartbreak her. But like, to quote Major Payne, if she's looking for sympathy, it's in the dictionary between shit and syphilis.
She's looking for a lawyer.
But what are you going to sue him for?
That's what I'm saying. She said
for kicking you out of the house?
Physical harm. She threw that in there really slightly, and it's really suspicious that after he comes with another girl, now you're claiming physical harm.
She went to the wrong. She like, we tell men all the time. Again, this is me being honest with you. Dog. Fuck that shit. Y'all can bash me, misogynist. I've been called worse. You got to know, like, we tell men all the time, like, boy, your girl, you out-punted your coverage, son. And that's a football term for those who don't know, is when you punt the ball and you punt it too far without enough hang time, it gives the returner an opportunity to score on you. You want to be able, you don't want to out-punt your coverage. Just saying, I know what I know what the church and what the media, every woman is beautiful, every woman deserves everything, blah, 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 yakety schmackety. But sometimes you got to realize you outpunted your coverage on this one, baby. And I'm not suggesting that Lil Wayne is a looker. That motherfucker looks like the Crypt Keeper. But with your stats, you would have done America a better job and a better service of dating one of them 6'4", 6'5", 290-pound people. You should have dated a dolphin instead of dating a rapper. Like, you would have probably been cherished more. Nobody, again, the stereotypes are coming in. Nobody loves a mid-white bitch more than black men. But like, the only reason I was saying, like, I want to see, like, if she turns, she ain't got no titties, she ain't got no ass.
She has to have it. I'm
trying to find it. Put the IG back up. What do you know what women with ass do? They always turn to the side. There is a picture of her turning to the side somewhere. Like, that's all I'm saying is, like, I'm just trying to find it. I didn't see it in the first ones. I saw her chest and it wasn't really out there like that. And I'm not saying she's ugly. She's just not my type. Like, she don't look like the woman from Ted Lasso. All front pics. Like right there, look at the red dress. And red's my favorite. Okay, on my back. Go scroll down a little bit. Miles, put the screen down. No, but see, no, it's like every angle, even the side angle, where is it at? Now that's what I'm talking about. She don't even have a good, like, she's fluffy in the fact that she doesn't have like any like musculature. So she's like gives that, but like she ain't no real. Okay, there we go. But is that the angle, or does she have something when she's in the pool? Because it doesn't look like the ones with the real that thing disappearing. And she ain't a real chunky girl, man. That bothers me, dog.
Yeah,
Real chunky girls, like, you got, we done seen two food pics. Nah, dog, because actually, you know what? You can't even side shame me, because I'm one of the only men in America who been real about how he loved Lizzo big. I still like big Lizzo more than I like skinny Lizzo. Lizzo face card is undefeated. Actually, I don't know. I might be lying. New Lizzo actually is really, really, really attractive. But I like big Lizzo. I liked her name, Lizzo B. Eaton, because you know what that made me feel? If we dated, I'd never have to pick my meal. She already know what all the good shit tastes like. What?
Oh my gosh, ain't no way.
We don't got no, it's not.
This is the same person.
That is not the same. You are a lie.
That's what I'm trying to make sure.
That ain't much either, dog. That's so disappointing. So disappointing. We found it. There is no. Yeah, there's no ass. Even the good pics don't have ass. I'm so disappointed. She needs performance enhancement drugs if she's going to be in this sport. Sports Illustrated, this is not fair. Like, this is what the lack of diversity, equity, and inclusion got us. If we're gonna have big women, we need big assets. The Mexican lady who gave me my gordita was built better than this. Disappointed, man. That's
awful. I'm really, wow. You got to go to the gym and curve that up, because there's no reason your size should have
no. If she was like working out, it would be different. Like, I think she would be. I think that would take her to a whole nother level if she was like working out, and like she's plus size because she's tall and doesn't have much much musculature. In fact, I argue that she's plus size because she's too lazy to do what the other models do. Because if she worked out and did what the other models would do, she would probably be in that category. But it's easier to be, not easier. It's, anyways, man, whatever. I don't want anybody fucking this up and thinking I like women. But this is making me angry for Lil Wayne. She could put Lil Wayne in her fucking pocket if she wants sympathy from me. Anyways, all right, this is fuck her. What's the other one?
This one, you don't need to put the sound on the on your phone, James. It's just a little video of Spirit Airlines having roaches on the flight. So you got somebody who caught the roaches in 4K on Spirit Airlines right here. I'm just going to play the videos. We do not need the sound, though. Nothing much to hear, but just the roaches crawling on the screen. That's nasty. That's nasty.
You know, that's wow. I've never seen a roach on a plane in all my years of flying. Somebody brought that on board. But knowing Spirit, I know people who've flown it. I flew kids on Spirit this year with 707. I won't fly Spirit, but I've flown other people on it. But this is why I won't fly Spirit. But it seems like I don't want to take a flight where it seems like I'm always going to have a story or an adventure. Like the cheapest plane I've flown on was Frontier to Vegas right before, so 7 years ago. 7 years ago around this time. Yeah, actually, now I think about it, right before Killer was born. And it was the worst flight I've ever had. And I'll never do it again. And then he brought up a good point to me. Then he was like, I was complaining about the flight, but I went over there and I spent $2,000 in shoes. But he's like, what you skimped on was the damn flight. And I'm like, when you bring it up that way, it makes more sense. But I've heard of snakes on the plane, but we got roaches on the plane. That's wild. So I don't like that. That's nasty.
I'm glad you mentioned nasty, James, because this pizza spot in Pittsburgh is doing the unthinkable. Now, I don't even think this video deserves to be played for you to put sound on the video, but just want to show you a quick picture. So this restaurant in Pittsburgh serves pizza, but the catch is the toppings and the cheese are not cooked. See right here, the cheese is not melted and the pepperoni is not cooked within the pizza. And this is how they serve their pizza. So it doesn't even deserve sound. So we're just gonna play it, and I'm just gonna just witness this atrocity.
The whole beautiful thing about pizza is when you, especially that kind of pizza, right, is when you pull the slice up and the cheese separates. Right? Isn't that why people get these things? I mean, I love that. Like, and when you heat up the pepperoni, the natural oils from the meat just I'm going to say something controversial here. See, the problem with not having, for getting rid of diversity, DEI, is that people feel the need to do weird shit to be different. Like, if you had other people around, they kind of tell you, like, nah, bro, that's weird, dog. Like, or, it's one of the reasons why you don't want to have, like, you don't need full assimilation. Like, it's what made America America. It was crazy. Like, e pluribus unum, out of many we are one. And the best side of that is somebody come and tell you, nah, dog, that's weird, dog. Like, you a whole ass weirdo right now. And just think about over the years, like, I learned a really cool fact from Neil deGrasse Tyson that, remember they used to say Neanderthal was bad, right? You're you're acting like a caveman. And this came from scientific thought. And they used to try to make it seem like, because they said the first man came from Africa, but when they did blood things, they said that they found out that Africans don't have 0% linked DNA to Neanderthals. But 3% of the genetic makeup of most Caucasians have that. So they flipped it to where that's when they, in the 70s is when they started flipping about how smart Neanderthals were and how they used tools and they had to use different things. So using that logic, none of us eat cook. Like all of us, we may eat a rare steak or medium rare steak, but we cook our steak. Somebody had to go to the Neanderthals and say, hey man, you being weird, not cooking the fucking meat. You gotta cook it a little bit, brother. Like that's what you're doing right now. They being weird and eating really raw pizza, dog. Even though pepperonis are technically cooked before they're chilled and all the other different stuff, but like throw that bitch in the microwave, dog. Heat that bitch up. Like right now, I wanted to real talk. They would lock you up if you did this. Go to the cheese section at Publix, right? Buy a pack of shredded mozzarella, okay? And I want you to open it up and just reach in there and just grab a handful of mozzarella cheese and just because that's what you're doing with that pizza.
Hey yo. That was out of pocket.
What I'm saying is that's what you're doing to the pizza. You over here eating like you eating like this. It's falling apart, like falling off. I don't know, man. I'm not trying that. You bring me some uncooked or pizza I'll eat a cold slice of pizza, but the pizza had to have been cooked at one point in its life. You bring me a uncooked pepperoni pizza, and I'm going to think you mean you have malice in your heart for me. So I'm gonna go with BS on that one. That's some cold BS.
That's some cold BS for sure, and I have to agree with you on that one. You couldn't pay me enough money to try something like that. But that caps off our episode today of Big Games BS. James, any last words to the fans as we sign off today?
Hold on, hey Miles, type in Sports Den Live real quick. Let's see if this is official. Supposed to have been out last week or 2 weeks ago. Oh shit, yeah. Pop it up there. Yeah, man. So check this. You want an easier way to see old shows? Boom. Yeah. There we go. Sports Den Live. Check it out. We got all kinds of shows. We'll work with this a little bit, but it's got the different ones there. Just click on the scroll down. This is my first time looking at it. I just got the text that says we're live. So it's got the Duval Dive. It's got the different shows up there. Stuff that you can check on. And we'll add more things to it. But yeah, so we got the website up. I don't know what Don did with the thumbnails. I don't know why he just didn't. Probably have to send them to him.
It takes. Actually, we'll get it.
But yeah, so if I can now get it just to where it just shows it live while we're going, then that'll be even better. So because I know some people don't want to do right and they only watch us on that. But anywho, just check that out. sportsdenlive.com is that website. And outside of that, man, just really appreciate everybody chopping it up with me. We will see you guys on Wednesday.